Hi, this is Dr. Ron Mottern with the Mottern Institute for Mind Body Wellness, and these are your weekly words of wellness. What I'd like to do this week, since it's Christmas week, I would like to give a gift to you. And the gift that I'm going to do is a technique for hypnosis that we use. We use it for many different things. This week, what I'd like to use it for is just a general sense of pleasantness and what have you, of calm and serenity. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a touchstone. Now, a touchstone, those of you who are familiar with the wizarding world of Harry Potter may know this as a port key. Port key and a touchstone are sort of the same thing. Touchstone is something, anything that when you touch that, it used to be a stone, hence the name, that I have a certain stone that I've found or what have you. And when I touch that stone, it sort of takes me back emotionally, mentally to that place that I was when I found it. So many people, when they go to the beach, they'll walk along the beach and they're very calm and they're very serene, and they find a shell and they pick the shell up and they wash it off, and then they take it home with them and they set it around their house someplace. And whenever they look on it, whenever they pick it up, they remember that same happiness they had when they were at the beach, that same serenity that they had. And so that's what we're going to do with this exercise. We're going to create that touchstone. Because it's Christmas, like I said, we're going to do a Christmas scene, and the touchstone that we're going to use for this is simply a little jingle bell. Now, the touchstone can be anything, like I said, anything that's significant to you. It's your touchstone. If you come to the office and we do this exercise, then I would ask you to bring whatever object it was with you so that we can tie the hypnosis into that particular object and create a port key that transports you back to that same place. We're going to use Christmas, like I said, not only because it's Christmas, but because Christmas time is when many people have memories of things that are happy, memory of things that are peaceful in their lives, and things like that. So around the holidays, we often get stressful, and so let's go back to a simpler time, maybe a time when you were a kid that you can remember a Christmas, a special Christmas to you. And so we're going to do that. For this week, it's going to be a little longer because I'm going to go through the entire hypnosis session with you. We're going to do an induction. Most of the things that we do are going to be found in the book, Living Well, Guide to Cognitive Behavioral Skills Exercises, available on Amazon.com. We're going to do the induction. We're going to do a deepening exercise. And we're going to make some suggestions. Then we'll do an emergence. Most all of them, except for the specific ones that are with the touchstone that we're using, are found in the book. And so you can create your own exercises. Most of them, the diaphragmatic breathing that we do, the induction with the Mottern's Precious Liquid, some of the suggestions for ego strengthening with the Heartland script, and the color red emergence that we'll use are found in the book itself, so you can create your own using your own touchstone. If you'd rather ride instead of drive, you can always give us a call, come by and make an appointment. We'll be happy to see you and do that for you. Once again, anything can be a touchstone. It doesn't have to be a stone, doesn't have to be a shell, doesn't have to be a jingle bell. It's what's important to you. So keys, old keys are often important. I like to use old keys. We can use those to unlock certain parts of us that we have kept locked up and locked away from that. We can also unlock our potential with those and what have you. Port key doesn't just have to be with the past. Port key can be transport us to the future as well. Wherever we want to go, whatever the time was, whatever we want to experience there, we can do with this touchstone technique that we use at the Mottern Institute. So in just a moment, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to begin the hypnosis session. I hope you'll join me for the session. Now you can sit and listen to it if you want to and watch it. I'm not going to get much out of it if you do that. So I encourage you to find a place that's quiet, a place where you can relax and actually experience the hypnosis session. Obviously, don't do this if you're driving a car, if you're operating heavy machinery, or you need to be watching some small person. So I often like to use the car. The car is a wonderful place. You can set your own music at whatever level you like. You can lean your chair back. You can set the temperature to where it's comfortable for you, and then play this vlog at the beginning of the session all the way through. I'm not going to talk at the end of it, so I'll promote the book at the beginning of it, so you can sort of emerge from that experience without my advertisement. It might be better for me if I did, but I'll hope that you have that more pleasant experience. So in just a moment, we're going to start that. Once again, find some place where you won't be disturbed for a few minutes, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. We'll be through with that. And like I said, we're going to use a Christmas theme this year. So the touchstone that we're going to use is simply a little jingle bell. Those are common, and if you want to find your own jingle bell to go along with this particular vlog, this particular experience, you can do that. Fairly common, like I said, especially at this time of year. So, if you would, go find yourself, you can stop this vlog now until you find yourself a place where you can relax and be calm, and then we'll pick back up in just a minute, and I'll give you a moment to stop this and find that special place. Very good. Now that you're in that special place, a place where you won't be disturbed for a little while, and with you, perhaps you have that touchstone that we talked about, perhaps that little jingle bell. I'd like for you to sit back, close your eyes, and begin to relax. I'd like for you to do that by beginning that diaphragmatic breathing. Breathing in through the nose for a count of 4, holding it for a count of 4, and exhaling through the mouth for a count of 8. As you inhale through the nose, tell yourself to relax. And as you exhale through the mouth, tell yourself deeper. Actually allow yourself to do that now. Allow yourself to relax deeper. Going deeper and deeper and deeper to a wonderful state of relaxation and calmness with each passing breath. And now as you continue to tell yourself to relax, as you continue to breathe deeper, I'd like you to imagine, I'd like you to visualize that right above the top of your head is suspended a container of liquid. This is a very special liquid. It's a very precious liquid. Whenever this liquid touches, causes whatever it touches to become perfectly relaxed, perfectly calm, and perfectly peaceful. So now imagine that that container is tipping over ever so slightly, pouring a thin stream of that precious liquid right over the very top of your head. And as that liquid begins to spread over the top of your head, all the scalp muscles underneath it begin to relax. Visualize it flowing down the front of the head, down over the forehead and the eyelids, and over the nose and the cheeks, and over the lips and the chin, allowing all those muscles to become calm. Visualize it flowing down the sides of the head, down over the temples, over the ears, flowing down over the jaws. Those jaws where we often carry tension, causing us to grind our teeth or clench our jaws. Now any tension that's there simply disappears as it's covered by that precious liquid. Visualize it flowing down the back of the head, down the back of the neck, allowing all those muscles to relax. And visualize that that liquid is not only on the surface of the skin, but that it penetrates through the skin, through the muscle, through the bone, into the very bone marrow, causing very deep relaxation and calmness. Feel that liquid as it flows down the upper back muscles, allowing those trigger points to release, those muscles to become loose. Flowing down the middle back, doing the same, allowing all those muscles to become calm. Flowing down the lower back, allowing all those muscles to become tranquil as well. Feel that liquid as it flows down over your shoulders, causing your shoulders to sink and to relax. Going down through the upper arm muscles, through the elbows, through the forearms, through the wrists, through each of the individual fingers, leaving your arms totally and perfectly relaxed. Visualize that liquid as it flows down over the chest, allowing the chest muscles to relax. Visualize it pooling the hollow of the throat, where we often carry tension in our body without being aware of it. Now any tension that's there simply vanishes as that precious liquid fills up the hollow of the throat. Visualize the liquid flowing down over the sternum, over the ribs, allowing the muscles surrounding those to become calm and peaceful. Flowing down over the abdomen, over the sides of the waist. And once again, visualize that that liquid is not only on the surface of the skin, but that it penetrates through the skin, through the muscles, and the very organs themselves, causing very deep relaxation and calmness. Visualize it flowing down over the hips, through the thighs, through the knees, through the shins and the calves, through the ankles, through the feet, through each of the individual toes, leaving your entire body relaxed and calm and peaceful. And now as we begin our work, if you hear certain sounds, coughing, papers rustling, people talking, sirens, dogs barking, horns honking, whatever it may be, that's okay. Because the more you hear those sounds, the more you'll concentrate on the sound of my voice. And the more you concentrate on the sound of my voice, the deeper and deeper and deeper you'll go into a wonderful state of relaxation, a wonderful state of hypnosis. So now I'd like you to imagine that you are standing outside in the snow on a cold winter's night. You're bundled up, so you're warm, but still on your face. Perhaps you can feel that cold, frigid air. Perhaps you can even see your breath as it condenses in the air in front of you. Up above is a full moon that shines down on that beautiful snow-covered landscape. Out in the middle of a clearing, in the middle of the woods, surrounded by pine trees, evergreen trees, firs, perhaps some deciduous trees out there as well. And as you stand there, you experience the peace, the stillness, and the silence all around you. The moon shines down on that snow, causing it to sparkle like a million diamonds are strewn around on the ground, catching the light of that snow, the snowflakes on the ground. And maybe there's even a little snow lightly falling. And it looks so beautiful as you stand there. And now I'd like you to imagine that you're starting to walk toward the edge of the clearing, toward the trees that are there. As you walk, perhaps you can hear your feet scrunch in the snow. Perhaps you can feel it compact under your feet as you walk along. And all that causes even more relaxation and more calmness in you. It's almost like you're the only person that there is, which allows you to become relaxed and calm and peaceful. As you get near the edge of the trees, you can perhaps even smell that pine smell, that evergreen smell. It's so clean and crisp. And as you round the trees, you see that there's actually a small boy there in the snow. And he's riding in the snow with a stick. And as you get closer to the boy, you notice he's writing numbers in the snow. And whatever number the boy writes, you're going to stay one number ahead of him, going backwards in your mind. Forming that number in your mind, tracing it on the backs of your eyelids with your eyes over and over again. Staying one number ahead of him, going backwards in your mind. And the lower the numbers go, the more relaxed you'll become. Till by the time you reach 0 in your mind, you'll be in a perfect state of relaxation, a perfect state of calmness, a perfect state of hypnosis. So now as you get closer to the boy, you see he's riding a 5 in the snow, and in your mind you're thinking 4, staying one number ahead of him, going backwards. Forming that number 4 in your mind, tracing it on the backs of your eyelids with your eyes over and over again. And the lower the numbers go, the more relaxed you become, until by the time you reach 0 in your mind, you'll be in a perfect state of relaxation, a perfect state of calmness, a perfect state of hypnosis. So now the boy wipes out the 5 and he writes a 4, and in your mind you're thinking, making that number over and over again on the backs of your eyelids with your eyes. More relaxed, more calm, more peaceful than you were just a moment ago, knowing that by the time you reach 0 in your mind, you'll be in a perfect state of relaxation, the perfect state of hypnosis. That you'll have become so deeply relaxed that your mind will have become so sensitive and so receptive to what I say that everything that I put into your mind will make so deep and lasting an impression there that nothing will erase it. So now the boy wipes out the 5 and he writes a 4, and in your mind you're thinking, making that number over and over again, more relaxed, more calm, knowing that by the time you reach 0, you'll be in a perfect state of hypnosis, perfect state of relaxation and calmness. Subconscious mind will be at the forefront. Will be readily accessible to the suggestions I make to you for your own good as you've asked me to make. So now the boy wipes out the 4 and he writes a 3, and in your mind you're thinking, making that number over and over again, the backs of your eyelids with your eyes. Now the boy wipes out the 3 and he writes a 2, and in your mind you're thinking, knowing that by the time you reach 0 in your mind, you'll be in a perfect state of hypnosis, a perfect state of relaxation, that you'll have become so deeply relaxed that your mind will become so sensitive, so receptive to what I say that everything that I put into your mind will sink so deeply into the unconscious part of your mind and make so deep and lasting an impression that nothing will erase it. So now the boy wipes out the 2 and he writes a 1, and in your mind you're thinking 0. Now in a perfect state of hypnosis, a perfect state of relaxation. Your unconscious mind is now at the forefront. It's now readily accessible to the suggestions I make to you for your own good as you've asked me to make. Consequently, these things that I put into your unconscious mind will begin to exercise a greater and greater influence over the way you think, over the way you feel both emotionally and physically, and over the way you behave. And because these things will remain firmly embedded in the unconscious part of your mind, after you've left here, when you're no longer with me, they'll continue to exercise that same great influence over your thoughts, over your feelings, both emotional and physical, and over your actions just as strongly, just as surely, just as powerfully when you're back home or at work, wherever you are, as you are with me now. You're now so very deeply relaxed that everything that I tell you you're going to experience, you will experience for your own good, exactly as I tell you. Every feeling that I tell you you will experience exactly as I tell you. And these same things will continue to happen to you every day, just as strongly, just as surely, just as powerfully when you're back home or at work, as you are with me now. During this deep hypnotic state, you're going to feel physically stronger and fitter in every way. You're going to feel more alert, more wide awake, more energetic. You'll become much less easily tired because of this deep hypnotic state, much less easily fatigued, much less easily discouraged, much less easily depressed. Every day you'll become so deeply interested in whatever it is you're doing and whatever is going on around you that your mind will become completely distracted away from yourself. You'll no longer think nearly as much about yourself. You'll no longer dwell nearly so much upon your own difficulties. You'll become much less conscious of yourself, much less preoccupied with yourself and with your own feelings. Every day your nerves will become stronger and steadier, your mind calmer and clearer, more composed, more placid, more tranquil, much less easily agitated, much less easily worried, much less easily fearful and apprehensive, much less easily upset. Because of this hypnosis, you'll become able to think more clearly. You'll be able to concentrate more easily. You'll be able to give your whole undivided attention to whatever it is you're doing, to the complete exclusion of everything else. Consequently, your memory will rapidly improve. You'll be able to see things in their true perspective without magnifying your difficulties, without ever allowing them to get out of proportion. Every day you'll become emotionally much calmer, much more settled, much less easily disturbed. Every day you will become and you will remain more and more completely relaxed and less tense each day, both mentally and physically, even when you're no longer with me. And as you become and as you remain more and more completely relaxed and less tense each day, so you'll develop much more confidence in yourself, and more confidence in your ability to do not only what you have to do each day, but more confidence in your ability to do whatever you ought to be able to do, without fear of failure, without fear of consequences, without unnecessary anxiety, without uneasiness. Because of this, every day you feel more and more independent, more able to stick up for yourself, stand on your own 2 feet, hold your own no matter how difficult or trying things may be. I'd like you to feel your touchstone now, whatever that happens to be. Ours is that little jingle bell. Every time you feel that jingle bell in your hand, the smooth metal, perhaps the little indentions that it has on it, every time you hear that ring of the jingle bell or feel it in your hand, it takes you back to that place in the past. Perhaps it was in your childhood, perhaps it was in the recent times, when you felt a sense of deep peace, of deep serenity, associated with the holiday, with the Christmas season. We often have those feelings of peace and serenity around this time, joy, happiness, as we remember times past, good times perhaps, good people, good feelings and emotions. And every time you feel that touchstone in your hand, every time you feel that jingle bell, every time you hear that jingling sound, you go back to that same spot in time, in place. And when you do, when you think on that, your mind goes to that place, so will your emotions. Going back to that place of joy, that place of contentment, that place of peace and serenity in your life. Each and every time you feel that touchstone, you feel that jingle bell, you hear that jingle bell sound, it takes you right back to that place, perhaps in your childhood, perhaps in more recent days. You pick the place, you pick the time, but every time that you see that touchstone, that you hear that sound. Perhaps there are also smells associated with it. The smell of the Christmas tree, perhaps. The smell of cakes baking, cookies baking in the oven. The taste of peppermint, perhaps, or hot chocolate. Anytime you experience those things, it'll take you right back to that time and place and all of those happy memories every time you touch that port key, every time you hear that jingle bell sound. It will take you back to that wonderful time in your past where you had such serenity and such peace and such calmness. Every single time you touch that touchstone, that port key, transporting you back to that time of happiness and joy and serenity and peace. From now on, every day, you'll feel a greater feeling of personal well-being, knowing that you can use that touchstone to transport yourself to those times of emotional happiness, of emotional stability. You'll feel a greater feeling of personal safety and security than you felt for a long, long time, knowing that this was within your control, that you create that touchstone, you create that port key, and it takes you right back to that place whenever you choose to go. And because these things will begin to happen exactly as I tell you they'll happen, more and more rapidly, more and more powerfully, more and more completely, every time you use your touchstone, you're going to feel much happier, much more joyous, much more contented, much more serene, much more optimistic in every way. You'll consequently become much more able to rely on, to depend on yourself, your own efforts, your own judgment, your own opinions. You'll feel much less need to have to rely on or to depend on other people, because you know that you can create that touchstone, that through it you can take yourself to a time of peace whenever you choose to, carrying that touchstone with you, being able to access it whenever you need that, to move away from depression, anxiety, to go to that place of joy in your heart, in your mind, over and over again, whenever you choose. And the more often you do it, the more powerful that effect will become. Now in just a moment, when I count to 5, you'll begin to return to your normal waking state. As I count up from 1 to 5, all the suggestions made to you for your own good will become a part of your unconscious mind, your subconscious programming, helping you to achieve your goals, working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. When I reach number 5, you'll open your eyes feeling relaxed and refreshed, feeling absolutely wonderful. We're at 1 now. You're feeling relaxed, confidence in the success of your new thinking and behaviors, knowing that touchstone is there for you, that this isn't something really strange. You've experienced it before, reminiscing about things, but now we've tied that specific emotions to specific things, that specific touchstone. And from now on, whenever you see the color red, no matter what shade of red it is, from a light pink to a dark maroon, even to an orange, any shade in between, your subconscious mind will come right back to this place of physical and mental relaxation that you're in right now. A place of confidence, of optimism. No matter what it is that's red, a red stoplight, a red tail light on a car, a red stop sign, doesn't matter what shade of red it is, or what it is that's red. Every time you see the color red, your subconscious mind will come right back to this place of mental and physical relaxation and confidence and optimism. We're at 2 now. You're feeling relaxed and refreshed, confident in the success of your new thinking and behaviors. And whenever you see the color red, no matter what shade of red it is, from a light pink to a dark maroon, even to an orange or any shade in between, your subconscious mind will come right back to this place of mental and physical relaxation, confidence, optimism. No matter what it is that's red, red Coke can, red candy wrapper, red flower, doesn't matter what shade of red it is, doesn't matter what it is that's red. Every time you see the color red, subconscious mind will come right back to this place of mental and physical relaxation, of confidence and optimism. Should you need to feel this state of mental and physical relaxation or confidence or optimism, you'll simply look around and see something that's red, and you'll feel mental and physically relaxed and confident and optimistic. And whenever you want to feel that serenity and peace and joy and loving kindness, it's tied to that touchstone. You'll simply have to touch it or hear it. It'll take you right back to that place. We're at 3 now, feeling relaxed and refreshed, feeling absolutely wonderful, confident in the success of your new thinking and behaviors. And whenever you see the color red, no matter what shade of red it is, from a light pink to a dark maroon, even to an orange or any shade in between, your mind will come right back to this place of mental and physical relaxation, of confidence and optimism. No matter what it is that's red, a red dress, red lipstick, red shoes, doesn't matter what shade of red it is, doesn't matter what it is that's red. Every time you see the color red, your subconscious mind will come right back to this place of mental and physical relaxation and confidence and optimism. And whenever you need to experience that state of joy and sereneness and peace, you'll touch that touchstone and it'll take you right back to that place immediately. No matter where you are, what you're doing, it'll take you back to that place and that time when you're calm and happy and serene and peaceful. We're at 4 now. You're starting to become more aware of the things that are around you, aware of where you are, orienting to time and place, still continuing to feel relaxed and refreshed and absolutely wonderful, confident and optimistic. We're at 5 now. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes, knowing that you did an absolutely marvelous job, feeling relaxed, feeling refreshed, feeling absolutely wonderful.